Hello everybody, today we're going to multiply by threes. We'll be using our touch points as well as counting by threes to help us solve the problem. Before we start practice our multiplying, we're first going to practice counting by threes. Make sure you count by threes with me. Before we begin, I want you to notice down here is the number line. So if you lose track of where we're at, just look at the number line and you'll see what is coming next. So let's start with 3. Let's begin. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. If you think you need more practice by counting by threes, then start the video over again so you can practice some more. If not, you think you're ready to start multiplying? Let's start multiplying. Alright, here we have 3 times 0. We look at the first number, which is a 3. This tells us we need to count by threes. Remember, the first number tells you what you need to count by. The second number tells us that we need to use the touch points on that number. Well, 0 has 0 touch points, so the answer would just be 0. 3 times 1. Again, we look at the 3. This tells us what we need to count by, so we need to count by threes. Then we use the touch points on the second number and count by threes with the touch points. Well, there's only one touch point, so we just say 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. How about 3 times 2? Can you figure it out? I'll give you a little bit of time to figure it out, and then we'll do it together. Did you get it? Let's try together. Alright, well, we look at the first number. This tells us we need to count by threes. Then we look at the next number, which is 2. And we use the 2 touch points and count by 3 with the touch points. So 3, 6. 3 times 2 is what? 6. Did you get that answer? Alright, 3 times 3. Now this might seem tricky because they're the same numbers, but it is easy peasy. We look at the first number. This tells us what to count by. And the second number is we use the touch points and count by that number. So here's 3. So 3, 6, 9. 3 times 3 is what? 9. Alright, 3 times 4. Again, we look at the first number. This tells us what to count by. We count by threes. Then we use the touch points on this number to help us solve the problem. So we count by threes with these touch points. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 times 4 is what? 12. Alright, this one's going to be kind of tricky, but I bet you can figure it out. Try and solve the problem by yourself, and then I will do the problem with you. Do you think you have it? I'll give you about 2 more seconds. Alright, let's do this together. We look at the first number. The first number tells us what to count by. Then we use the second number to use the touch points. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 3 times 5 is what? 15. Did you get that answer? Alright, 3 times 6. This one might seem a little bit more tricky because now we have double touch points here, but I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. We look at the first one. This tells us what we need to count by. Then we use the touch points on this number and count by threes on all the touch points. So let's count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is what? 18. Alright, try and figure this one out. I'll give you a little bit of time and then we'll do it together. Alright, if you think you need more time, pause the video and figure it out. If you don't need more time, then let's just figure it out together right now. Alright, so we look at the 3. This tells us what to count by. And then we use our touch points on the 7 to count by threes that many times. So there's 7 touch points, so we need to count by threes 7 times. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So 3 times 7 is 21. Did you get that answer? Great job. 3 times 8. Let's see. we know what we have to count by threes because that's what the first number tells us. Now we have to use the touch points over here to help solve it. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. 3 times 8 is 24. Alright, we have 2 more problems and then we'll be done. Alright, so we have 3 here. So this we need to count by threes. And we need to count by threes 9 times. We use the touch points to help us solve it. Try and do this one by yourself. This one's probably going to be pretty tricky, but I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. I'll give you about a minute. And then if you need more time, just pause the video. Do you think you have it? If you don't, pause it and then push play when you're ready to move on. So let's count by threes together. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So 3 times 9 is 27. Did you get that answer? I bet you did. And if you didn't, that's okay. That's why we're practicing this right now. Alright, 3 times 10. The last problem. Alright, you might think this is a little tricky, but you'll get it. We just take one number at a time. We'll look at the 3 here. This tells us we need to count by threes 10 times. Well, you look at the 0 first. We know 3 times 0 is 0. And then we know 3 times 1 is 1. So we just put 3 and 0 down, which gives us 30. 3 times 10 is 30. Another good trick for you to know is when timesing by 10, all you have to do is put the 0 down first, and then just do 3 times 1, which would be 3. So the answer would be 30. Great job. Now all I want you to do is just listen to a math music song. I don't care which one. And then you can get into a math game. Have fun, and great job on your hard work today.